Let's see. All right. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us with another presentation from Exploring Dream Vacations. My name is Jennifer Garris, and I'm the president of Travel Pros. Our travel agency has been in operation since 1996. We do work with people and have these presentations for all across the country, and we're so glad that you're here. Our goal is to bring everybody together. You can book your own personal trips, or maybe you can want to join one of our group trips that we're going to be on. And tonight we have our guest host, Miss Jenny Hall from Royal Caribbean. She's going to be giving us some fabulous cruise updates. And we have Miss Linda Stevens. She's here from Houston. And as you can see behind her, she's got the rockin' Oasis of the Seas behind her. I got a big old fish eating me. And so we're just here. We want to show you what's new. If you guys have any questions, you can definitely put them in a chat box. And each Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we do presentations on different destinations. If you like anything that you would like us to show on Exploring Dream Destinations, just let us know. Miss Jenny, I'm turning it over to you.
All righty. Thank you so much. Let me just get my self into presentation mode here and get my PowerPoint pulled up. You know, when you can see it, I'm trying to put it into presentation mode. There we go. Are you seeing that now?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. So good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure to be here with Jennifer and Glenda and all of you, and I'm so appreciative of being invited to tell you all what's going on with Royal Caribbean. So the really big news is cruising is back. The wait is over. Everything that you see on the screen there is either cruising now or very soon will be cruising. So this is all very, very good news for us. And I'm going to give you some more detail on all of that. So let's talk first about sailings that will be sailing out of U.S. ports. So we have the Freedom of the Seas, which is already in operation. She started sailing on July 2nd out of Miami. And she's doing some nice short itineraries, 3- and 4-night itineraries, visiting Nassau, Bahamas, and also our beautiful private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. This ship has had what we call her royal amplification, which means that she has had a bow to stern makeover, and even including the staterooms being freshened. She's had a lot of new features added, and she's an absolutely gorgeous ship. We have the Mariner of the Seas returning to service on August 23rd out of Port Canaveral. And again, this is a ship that has had her royal amplification. You're getting a really nice look at the sports deck right there. So you can see, excuse me one second. You can see the Flow Rider surf simulator. You can see that thing that looks like a giant yellow wiffle ball. That is actually the trampoline park. So there are some bungee trampolines in there. You go in and put the bungees on, and you put on your virtual reality goggles if you would like to, and you can jump, either just jump or you can use the VR goggles. Beautiful water slides. You see there's a full-size sports court. So this ship is just absolutely loaded with family-friendly features, and she is also going to be doing 3- and 4-night short itinerary sailings to Nassau, Bahamas, and Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And on the subject of Perfect Day at Coco Cay, this is our private island in the Bahamas, and you're getting a really nice look right there at some of the key features. In the middle there, you're seeing the tallest water slide in all of North America. It's called Daredevil's Peak. And it's in that conglomeration of water slides you see there, which is called Daredevil's Tower. So that is part of the water park. On the left there, you can see the Up, Up, and Away, which is the balloon ride. It's a tethered helium balloon ride. And then on the right-hand side in Cocoa Beach Club, we have the only floating cabanas in the Bahamas. So some other features, there's a nice overview of the island. This is a 100-acre island, and it is, no matter what your perfect day is, it's got the feature that's going to make it the perfect day for you. On the thrill side, so it's built around the concept of chill and thrill. So on the chill side, we have Coco Beach Club, which is you would pay a day pass fee to go there. It's a bit upscale. And that's where you'll find those floating cabanas that are available to be rented for the day. We have Oasis Lagoon, which is an 800,000-gallon freshwater pool, no charge for that. We have Harbor Beach, we have Chill Island, we have South Beach, we have all kinds of beaches and tons of lounge chairs and umbrellas. There's no charge for any of those. And we do have cabanas all over the island that are available to be rented if you would like to do that. And then on the thrill side, we have the Up, and Away tethered helium balloon ride that you see there. We have the Thrill Water Park. We have Splash Away Bay, which is that's for our youngest guests, and that is actually outside the water park, so there's no upcharge for that. And Captain Jill's Galleon is a giant pirate ship that's also outside the water park, and it's a water feature that's available for our youngest guests. So this is a magnificent destination. It has been just a grand slam home run for Royal Caribbean. Just another side note, we have complimentary dining all over the island. You can eat all day long at no additional cost. We do have Captain Jack's, which is an a la carte dining venue. You can go there if you would like, but you can eat very, very well all day long without paying a penny extra. So it's a wonderful, wonderful destination. Now, we have a brand new ship called the Odyssey of the Seas, and she is going to begin operation out of Fort Lauderdale on July 31st. Just last week, she completed her simulated voyage, which that's required. Royal Caribbean is doing a simulated voyage for every single ship that we're putting back in service. And these are required by the CDC. So we actually sail the ship with volunteers on it. There are no paying guests. And we have members of the CDC on board to observe all of our processes and procedures and make sure that everything is just the way they want it. Because, of course, our very highest priority is the health and safety of our guests and our crew members and our shoreside employees. And so that, of course, is the CDC's priority as well. So we're all working together and just making sure everything is terrific. So the Odyssey had her simulated voyage last week, and she's all ready to return to service at the end of well, gosh, in just a couple of days, actually, this coming Saturday. And she's doing some beautiful 8-night Southern Caribbean itineraries, 6-night Western Caribbean. You can see right there what the itineraries are. Absolutely lovely. So brand new ship. I'm going to show you a little bit about this ship. She's got some new to brand concepts on her. This Zone to Zero, sort of a VR gallery. That's new. We don't have that on any other ship in the fleet. Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar is a specialty restaurant. Lovely teppanyaki, as you see there, Japanese. Playmaker Sports Bar and Arcade, that has been a big, big hit throughout our fleet. Everybody loves that. And we have beautiful pool deck redesign. You see that here. I love these big metal palm trees that they've put. Every ship that's been through her royal amplification has these big, colorful metal palm trees, and I just absolutely love them. But you can see the deck is just gorgeous. In the small photo there, you see the little casitas, and those are little first come, first serve little deck cabanas that you can use for the day if you want to, be out there and enjoy all the action without having the sun beating down on you. I'm so sorry, I've got a little tickle in my throat. Lime and coconut, that has been something that we've been adding to the ships as they go through their royal amplification, and it's a poolside bar, lounge, and again, very, very popular. Now, in the large photo, you see that thing kind of hanging on the arm there. That's called the North Star, and that's a feature of Quantum class ships. It's a crystal capsule on a 350-foot arm that actually lifts up. So you can go up in that and get some incredible views. No additional charge for that. No additional charge for the SkyPad trampoline park, which is also on Odyssey. You saw that a minute ago, also on Mariner of the Seas. And then if you have children or teenagers, we have amazing offerings with Royal Caribbean. It's called our Adventure Ocean program, but on Odyssey of the Seas, they've actually really redesigned the space. So you have some nice photos there. We've got Adventure Ocean for our younger guests. We have Social 180, which is an indoor space for teens. And then El Patio is a private deck area reserved only for teens. And of course, these spaces are all very carefully supervised. We always have crew members there that are trained and authorized to watch over our younger guests. So no worries if you have teens and you're afraid what might happen on these areas that are for teens only. Very carefully supervised. So another ship, Allure of the Seas, she just returned this morning from her simulated voyage, and she will return to service on August 8th, and she will be offering 7-night Caribbean itineraries. Gorgeous ship. This is an Oasis class ship. And I saw, in Jennifer's ad or her promotion that she sent out to everybody for tonight's show, she mentioned that some of our ships are divided into neighborhoods. Well, this is the type of ship, the Oasis class ship. These are the ones that are divided into neighborhoods. These are the very largest cruise ships in the world. They are just absolutely packed with amazing features, entertainment, dining. We'll talk a little bit about that later. They have the ice skating rink. Here are some of the ports of call that the Allure will be visiting. And the Symphony of the Seas. Now this ship, and I am actually going on it myself, this ship will be having her simulated voyage this coming Sunday. And we will then return her to service on August 14th. Again, doing 7-night itineraries, Eastern and Western Caribbean. She'll be visiting Perfect Day at Coco Cay. She was the first ship, and currently, no, not the only anymore, but she was the first ship to have that giant fish that's about to eat Jennifer's shoulder added to her. And what that is actually, you see in the big picture, you see the curly purple thing sort of on the back of the ship coming off that upper deck. So that mouth of the anglerfish is where you go in to, that's called the ultimate abyss. And that is 2 10-story dry slides. And they are so fun. And you get in there, and as you're going down, some parts have lighting, some parts are dark, some parts have piped in sound. And practically as soon as you start, you're finished. And what I always do is I just go right back up the elevator and do it again because it's just so much fun. But you see there's 2 Flow Rider surf simulators there. There's a mini golf course. There's a full-size sports court. That thing that you're seeing, that amphitheater on the back of the ship, that is only found on Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships. That's called the Aqua Theater. It's an amazing entertainment venue. It has the deepest pool at sea, and it features a 3-part stage. The parts can raise and lower independently of one another. And so at any point during the show, you may see synchronized swimmers, high divers, dancers, trampoline artists, slackline walkers. There's an aerialist. And this is all happening on a moving ship. And that show is included in the price of your cruise. There's no additional charge. And then here are a few of the destinations that will be on the itineraries for the Symphony. The Symphony, until the Odyssey came along, the Symphony was the newest ship in our fleet, but now she's been bumped off of her throne by the Odyssey of the Seas, which is now our newest ship. Independence of the Seas. Now, this one is for you, Glenda, sailing out of Galveston. You are right there. And this ship returns to service on August 15th. And doing some beautiful Western Caribbean itineraries. And again, she has been through her amplification. She's loaded with features. You see, we've got the SkyPad trampoline park there. All these ships that have been through their royal amplification have laser tag. This ship has the Broadway show Grease on it. Beautiful water slides, all kinds of things. So again, this is another ship that is in, state-of-the-art condition and ready to get back in service. And of course, Galveston is the port she actually sails out of. And there's, you know, if you've spent any time at all in Galveston, it is a wonderful, wonderful place to go. There's so many things to do. I have a very dear friend we've been friends for more than 30 years, and she has a condo there right on the beach. And we go there sometimes and just vacation together on the beach and in Galveston. And there's so much to do. And it's a wonderful port to sail out of. Navigator of the Seas. Now this ship, by popular demand, is being moved to Los Angeles, and she will begin sailing out of Los Angeles this coming November. And you see there's quite a variety of itineraries there, anything from if you only want a 3-night all the way to if you would like a 7-night, we have the option for you. And Navigator also has been amped, and she's in beautiful, beautiful shape. This is a fabulous ship to move out to the West Coast. And we have heard so much celebrating from out there that Royal Caribbean is finally putting a ship back on the West Coast. So we couldn't be happier about that. Here are a few here is a look at a few of the ports we'll visit with that ship. And Alaska. Now, Alaska, we really were not sure if we were going to be able to have an Alaska season this year because, you know, there were so many factors in play, but we were able to get some exceptions approved, allowing us to sail to Alaska. So we're just absolutely thrilled that we're going to have 2 ships. The Serenade is already in operation. So Serenade is a Radiance class ship. She's very, very much on the small end of the ships in our fleet. And the Ovation is a Quantum class ship. You see the North Star there. That's unique only to Quantum class. And that's on the larger end of our fleet. So you have some nice options there depending on what kind of ship you like. Here's a look at the itineraries for both ships. You can see they're pretty similar. They do things in a little bit of a different order. There are a little bit of port differences, but I would say the biggest difference would just be what kind of ship do you want to cruise on? Do you prefer a much smaller ship that is probably a more somewhat traditional cruising, or do you prefer a very large ship that's absolutely loaded with features? And you know, potentially more guests, although right now our ships are operating under dramatically reduced capacity. So trust me, this is a great time to cruise. If you are even thinking about it, or if you're one of the people that's holding a future cruise credit, you know, there are a lot of people out there holding future cruise credits. This is the perfect time to book and go. Because you will never, you know, once 2022 comes along and everything is really humming along and everybody's back in service, the ships will, you know, hoping and praying that all goes well with the recovery of our country and our globe from the pandemic. But I'm assuming that we're going to be past this by then, and the ship capacities will be quite a bit higher by then. But right now, we're operating under dramatically reduced capacity. So, you know, if you enjoy being on a ship with not that many other guests, this is a great time to go. So Europe, we are even putting some things back in service in Europe. So the Harmony of the Seas, this is another Oasis class ship. This is the one with the neighborhoods. And this ship will be returning to service on August 15th, and she will be sailing the Mediterranean out of Barcelona. An absolutely gorgeous ship. I've been on the Harmony many times, and she is one of my fleet favorites. Gorgeous, gorgeous ports. I mean, you know, you really can't go wrong in Europe. Everything over there is so beautiful. And we also have the Jewel of the Seas, again, a much smaller ship. This is one of our Radiance class ships, and she, I believe, is already back in operation, sailing 7-night Greek Isles itineraries out of Cyprus. So another gorgeous option. I'll go ahead and tell you this now because I don't think I have a slide for it later. These Radiance class ships, we call these our ships of light because they're constructed with about 11 acres of glass. And that means, they even have outward facing glass elevators. So you're able to really see your surroundings and not miss things. And, we deploy these ships, like you see one will be up there. The Radiance of the Seas typically sails Alaska. The Jewel, you see her now over there in the Greek Isles. I mean, we deploy these ships to places of great beauty where you just don't want to miss much at any point during the cruise. So here is a look, of course, at some of these amazing ports that you'll visit. Santorini, I had the opportunity to spend a couple of weeks in Greece back in 2018, and I just absolutely love Santorini. I love hiking over there. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful country. So another terrific option. And then we do have the Adventure of the Seas has been sailing very successfully out of Nassau for a while now. She's doing a lovely 7-night itinerary, and she spends 2 entire days at our beautiful private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay, as well as visiting Cozumel and Grand Bahamas. So Adventure has the ice skating rink on it. She has a lot of really cool features. She's an absolutely beautiful ship, and we've been getting such positive feedback. And the Bahamas are just a very, very short flight from the US, and we do have very low negotiated air rates that you can book directly through Royal Caribbean or through Travel Pros. They will book them through Royal Caribbean with flight rates starting as low as $249 per person round trip. So think about that. That's another really good one to look at. And then if you love Barbados and all those Southern Caribbean islands, we starting in December, we have the Grandeur of the Seas. Now this is our smallest ship. She's in our Vision class of ships, and she will be sailing out of Barbados. We have 2 different 7-night itineraries. That first one you see, the 7-night Southern Caribbean island hop, that is a different island every day. There are no days at sea in that itinerary. And then we have the 7-night Southern Caribbean Adventure. You see the 5 islands there. You've got a couple days at sea. We also have the 14-night Ultimate Caribbean. So if you like to be gone a long time, that's a great option to do that one. Or those first 2, you can actually book those back to back. So lots of amazing options. And again, we have very low negotiated air rates to get you to Barbados, starting at $384 per person round trip. So really great things to take a look at. So I've mentioned, as we've been talking, I've mentioned several different ship classes. So I wanted to just show you what I'm talking about. They're rolling out here on your screen, not in order of size, but in order of when that class of ship was introduced. So you see we have 6 different classes of ships, and the 25 ships in our fleet are all in one of those classes. So that kind of gives you a little bit of perspective. So Vision class and Radiance class, those are the 2 smallest. They don't have as many bells and whistles on them as the bigger ships. A lot of times we will see, like the Radiance class, that's what I was telling you. These ships are typically deployed to areas of great beauty, like Alaska, the Greek Isles, New Zealand, down there, because there's a lot to see. Vision class, these ships, like that ship that's going to be in Barbados is Vision class, because we need a small ship to get in and out of some of those ports that just can't accommodate the big ships. Voyager class and Freedom class, these ships have exactly the same footprint. They're laid out just the same. Freedom class is just a little bit longer, so it has more staterooms. But these are the first ships in our fleet where we introduced the ice skating rinks, which not only provide free skating time for families, but also a professional ice show. And they have, this is where you really start to see the ships that are loaded up with features. Then you move, Oasis class was the next one we introduced. And again, these are the largest cruise ships in the world. And then we have the Quantum class that we talked a little bit about. That's the one that the Odyssey of the Seas is a Quantum class. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of perspective. Just wanted to run through, because I don't know that everyone has been on a cruise, so you may not be familiar with what the accommodations on a cruise ship may look like. So On Royal Caribbean, you have a bunch of different options. So the interior stateroom, these are the ones that are built on the inside of the hallway, on the inside of the ship, so they don't have windows to the outside. But if you like to sleep late, they're really, really great because you're not going to have any sunshine coming in and waking you up. And they're lovely. We also have the interior with virtual balcony option on certain ships, not every ship in the fleet, but some do have this virtual balcony, which is actually a floor to ceiling LED screen with a live feed from outside the ship. So you can actually get up in the morning and look out and see what the weather's doing. It's a great advantage for these interior staterooms. And then promenade. So certain of our ships have what we call the Royal Promenade, and that is sort of a town square. It's an enclosed area inside the ship, multi-story enclosed area. So a promenade view interior is going to have a window looking down on the Royal Promenade. We have outside ocean view. That is going to be a stateroom on the outside of the ship that has a window, but it does not have an opening door. We have the boardwalk view balcony. That is only on Oasis class ships. It looks down on an interior, or I'm sorry, on an open air area called the boardwalk that's in the middle of the ship. And then we have our ocean view balconies. And of course, those have a sliding glass door and your own private balcony and furniture that you can just sit out there and enjoy your coffee or your cocktails and watch the ocean go by and watch the flying fish running alongside the ship and all the just the cool things that you see when you're at sea. And then we move up to the suites. So every ship in our fleet will have junior suites, and they will also have an owner's suite. And then some of these others are particular to certain classes of ships. For instance, the Aqua Theater suite can only be found on a ship that has the Aqua Theater, and that would be the Oasis class ships. Skyloft and Royal Loft, these are only available on Oasis class and Quantum class ships. And the Ultimate Family Suite is currently only available on the Symphony of the Seas. So that is a very, very unique suite. So lovely, lovely accommodations. And there are benefits that go with these. Royal Suite class, that is on Oasis and Quantum class ships. And you see there on the left-hand side, these are the ones that have those great big 2-story suites available. And there are some lovely benefits that go with the various tiers of Royal Suite class. And then on the right-hand side, these are the benefits of the suites on all the other ships besides Oasis and Quantum class. So there are some very, very nice amenities and privileges that come with booking these suites besides just staying in a gorgeous suite for the duration of your cruise. Dining options. Everybody wants to know, what am I going to get to eat? So we have lots of different dining options for you. We have My Time dining, which means that you can either choose a different time to dine every night. You just make a reservation for what time you would like to eat. Or you can choose the traditional, which is you choose the early seating, which is usually either 5:30 or 6 p.m., or the late seating, which is 8 p.m. We have complimentary dining venues all over the ship. We have the Windjammer Buffet, which is a massive, massive buffet. The dining room is complimentary. We have Sorrento's Pizza. We have, depending on the ship, it may have Cafe Promenade. It may have the Central Park Cafe. There's just, believe me, you can eat all day and well into the night and never spend a penny. We have a suite exclusive dining that refers to a restaurant called Coastal Kitchen that is on Oasis and Quantum class ships, available only to Royal Suite class guests. We have room service available 24 hours a day, and that is all you pay is a $7.95 per order convenience fee. There's no charge for the food. You can order as many things as you want, and it's just $7.95. And if you order continental breakfast, there's no charge whatsoever for that. We have a la carte dining options, everything from Ben and Jerry's ice cream to the Sugar Beach Sweet Shop, We have a cupcake shop on some of the ships. It just depends on the ship. The Independence of the Seas, I believe it is, has an a la carte venue called Fish and Chips, not Fish and Chips, some things like that. And then we have beautiful specialty restaurants. It depends on the ship, again, what will be on there, but we have Chops, which is our Chicago steakhouse. We have Wonderland on certain ships, which is based on molecular gastronomy. We have, you saw the Giovanni's Kitchen and Wine Bar that's on the Odyssey. There's lots and lots and lots of different specialty dining options. If you care, remember, you can eat all day, every day and not spend a penny extra, but some people just want to do something different. So prior to sailing, you can actually purchase dining packages for specialty dining. That gets you a discount. It typically works out that basically one of your meals will be free if you purchase the dining package. We also have beverage packages that you can pre-purchase. You usually save money by pre-purchasing versus waiting until you're on board. And then youth activities. We have an award-winning youth program called Adventure Ocean. I mentioned that a little while ago. They take amazing care of our young guests, everything from the Royal Babies and Tots nursery, which begins at 6 months of age, all the way up to at age 18 is where they age out of our program. So everywhere from 6 months to 17 years of age. Well, there you see, there are the age divisions, and we do have these age divisions. You know, it's important to keep the age appropriate pairings together. So you see right there. And then we also do have autism certification at Royal Caribbean. So if you have a child or a family member on the spectrum, you obviously know it can be very, very challenging to travel. And so we have everything in place to deliver a safe and a healthy and a really pleasant experience to families who have a family member on the spectrum. All of the things that you see on the right-hand side there are available to help these families and to help these children or young adults be comfortable on Royal Caribbean and have a wonderful time. Now, Royal Caribbean is absolutely unparalleled in the quality of the entertainment that we offer, and it is included in the price of your cruise. I know it's been a very, very long time for all of us since we've been able to book and see a Broadway show. But if you ever went to Broadway shows, which I love them, and I try to go to New York once or twice a year to see some shows, and you will come away with a bad case of sticker shock. And so these shows, we have named Broadway productions on some of our ships. And this is no joke. I mean, these are, they adhere to all the standards of a Broadway touring production, from the incredible talent, the gorgeous costumes, the all the technical features, the gorgeous sets, live music. You're never going to find canned music at a Royal Caribbean show. Just magnificent, magnificent performances. And everyone on the ship will have the opportunity to see the show at least once. We also have Royal Caribbean original productions. There you're seeing another good look at the Aqua Theater that I told you about. We also have Royal Caribbean original musicals. They're just spectacular productions. And then we have just activities going on all over the ship. You can be as active or as inactive as you choose on Royal Caribbean. If you want to go and dance until the wee hours in the morning, you can absolutely do that. Or if you want to be like me and have a nice day in the sun, have a nice meal, and maybe a glass of wine and fall asleep at 10 o'clock, you can also do that. So whatever it is you want, whatever makes it the great vacation for you, we are ready, willing, and able to deliver it. And we absolutely are able to accommodate all of our guests who have special needs with regard to mobility or hearing or visual or any other needs. We have an access team that is standing by to help your travel partner at Travel Pros assist you in facilitating whatever it is you need to be comfortable and healthy and safe on your cruise. I was mentioning a little while ago these low negotiated air rates. The Royal Caribbean Air to Sea program is where you get those. And again, you're going to be just working through your travel advisor, and she will be happy to help you with this. One thing that I really do like to point out about Royal Caribbean's Air to Sea program is the assured arrival that you see there at the bottom of your screen. What that means is if you have booked your flight through Royal Caribbean and your flight to the ship, for some reason you don't get there, your flight is canceled, your flight has a weather delay, the plane never makes it in from Dubuque, whatever it is, if you don't make it to the ship because something happened with your plane, not because you were late and you missed the flight, not that, but if something happened to your plane and your plane never got you there and the ship left without you, that assured arrival means that we take responsibility for getting you to the ship at the next port of call or at the first port of call. So if that involves more flights, hotel, meals, whatever it is, we take care of you and we pick up that expense to get you to the ship. So that is one great feature of booking your flight with Air to Sea. Another one is that a lot of our flights have book now, pay later as an option. So you're able, when you book your cruise, to go ahead and book your flight. And that is a real flight booking. It's not like some kind of like a fake placeholder. It's the real deal. But you can take the charge for the flights and add it in with the cost of your cruise and just pay it all off at final payment. So it's a great feature. Royal Up is a bid-based upgrade program. So when you're booked on Royal Caribbean, you may receive an email a few weeks before sailing that says, hey, would you like to bid on an upgrade? And it's completely your choice. You don't have to, but they might offer you 1 or 2 or even 3 categories that you can bid on. That you can place a bid and see if you can get upgraded. Now, something important to keep in mind is don't place a bid if you don't mean it, because if you place a bid and that bid gets approved, you will be upgraded and you can't say, oh, sorry, I changed my mind. So definitely don't place a bid until you're sure you want to do it. Crown and Anchor Society is our loyalty program. You see there are many different levels there. And what you see for the cruise points, that is not how many cruises, that's how many nights. So for instance, to reach our diamond level, you would cruise on Royal Caribbean 80 nights. And so people are always striving to move up through these loyalty program levels, because every level that you advance, you receive a little bit more privileges. And this is the perfect opportunity to do that, because we have a double point Crown and Anchor Society offer right now. If you book by September 30th, for all sailings departing before September 30th of next year, you're going to get double Crown and Anchor Society points on your booking. And if you didn't already know this, if you book a suite, you already get double points. So what you get if you book a suite is double. So quadruple points, Crown and Anchor points, if you book a suite by September 30th of 2021. These are our August offers. I'm not even mentioning July offers because July is almost over, but the month-long offer is 60% off the second guest and 30% off the third and fourth guests. There's a little kicker in there. You can earn up to $150 of instant savings. And those are the same offers, actually, by the way, that we had for July. And then we have a flash sale, which actually started today. And it runs through August 2nd, and that is up to $300 instant savings, and that does combine with the $150. So you actually have up to $450 of instant savings if you book by August 2nd. Another wonderful incentive that you have right now, exclusive to this agency, is if you book between tomorrow, July 30th, and August 12th, you're going to receive up to $100 to spend during your cruise. And it just depends on what category of stateroom you book. So if you book an interior or an ocean view, you get 25. A balcony will get you 50, and a suite will get you 100. And that's an onboard credit that you can actually access prior to your cruise. If you would like to spend it on something that you're pre-booking, you can do that, or you can wait until you're on board, but that's You can spend it on specialty dining, on beverage packages, or just beverages in general, or, you know, there's just all, believe me, there's plenty of opportunities to spend your money on board our ships. I have a hard time spending, you know, keeping myself on budget because I want to buy everything. Royal Caribbean is a highly decorated cruise line. We're very, very proud of these awards that you see on your screen there. Best cruise line in the Caribbean for 18 years running. Best cruise line overall for 18 years running. Best sales and service for 13 years running. Best private island in 2020 and best cruise line entertainment in 2020. So we have so much to offer you. We are so thrilled to be back in service, and just absolutely can't wait to welcome you on board. So Jennifer, did we have any questions that we need to go over?
Well, you just really went over everything, and I'm thinking I'm thinking about the questions I was talking about earlier today. But your presentation really did it. You touched everything. One of my clients did ask me if there's any specials, you know, for the rest of the year. You know, do we find that, you know, I hate saying the word COVID, but COVID specials to get people to start going again. And what you just showed me that starts, and it was the same promotion as it was in July. I mean, $450 additionally off on cruises. That's incredible. So when I apply those promotions on there, and especially that you get to make a deposit on your air and you can pay for it later, you know, it's a great way that we can show people that they can plan a year out.
Absolutely.
And with your insurance, and, you know, if anything arises, you know, we can always get a future cruise credit to travel at a later time, which is what happened, of course, with a lot of people last year. And it's not that they're out their money, they just have to cruise at a later time because nobody was able to go. And so I'm really liking this, and I'm going to send it out to our meetup group, also, of course, on our Facebook group, and see how we can turn this around and get people cruising again. Now that CDC has lightened everything up, I'm so excited that they came on board and actually watched what you did. That's really important.
Absolutely. And we're working hand in hand with them. And I think, you know, it's important because a lot of people are asking, well, what are the protocols? What are, what happens if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated or this or that? Royal Caribbean is being very, very cautious, and we're not releasing protocols for specific sailings until pretty close to the sailing date, because this is just such a constantly changing and evolving situation. But I think, you know, it's very, very important for people to realize, just like you just said, you know, the CDC is very involved with this. They are, their fingerprints are on it. You know, they are looking at what we're doing, and they are signing off and saying, yes, these ships are absolutely safe for people to travel. And we know how to handle if we have cases that occur on board. You know, we have extra medical personnel, we have quarantine facilities, we have plans for getting guests off the ship. And certainly we are not ever going to have a situation again where ships are stuck at sea and not allowed to port. That's just not ever going to happen again. So, you know, all of that has been resolved at this point.
That's wonderful. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to hear that. It's hard because when you watch the news, you know, as we all get stuck sometimes watching it, you know, we kind of get down and about travel and cruising, or getting wrong information. And one of the reasons we wanted to start doing these shows is so that way people can hear straight from you. You know, Glenda and I, yes, we're travel agents, we're in the travel industry, but we're never here to sell anybody anything. We want to help you create that experience and those dream vacations that you want, and know that you have people on your side that's going to guide you and give you the information that you need to make sure that your vacation is incredible. And so by you doing this with us, Jenny, I'm very grateful and thankful that you're here, and you do such a great job and explain everything.
It's my pleasure. And if there's one thing I could urge anyone who's listening is please, please work with your travel pros, travel professional. Do not book direct. I mean, you know, you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're not saving yourself any money because they get the exact same rates, and you're losing all the expertise, all the customer service, everything. There are years and years of experience that they're bringing to the table that more than likely you don't have. You know, they know all the differences between the ships and the policies and all these things. So, you know, I never understand why someone wants to book direct instead of working with a travel professional. But if that's one thing I can hammer home, it's please work with your travel professional.
God bless you, because that you know, we try to let people know, because they don't know what the difference is booking with us versus booking direct. And they don't realize that, like you said, it's the same price. But we get paid. Basically, we work for Royal Caribbean and we work for the other cruise lines and tour companies. And then after you travel is when we would be sent our commission. So we're with you from the planning stage until you return back home. And then Royal Caribbean or whoever you book with, you know, that's when they compensate us for taking care of you. And I try to explain to people it works and benefit to you guys as the cruise line, because you don't have to have a call center. I mean, you have one, but our sales are guaranteed. Call centers necessarily are not. People are just calling in for information. With us, you know, we're putting together groups and vacation packages for families and everything, and we're with you the whole time. So I don't know. I really appreciate you giving us a plug to let people know it is important. We haven't gone away. We do exist.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I snorted. Sorry. But yeah, this has been a wonderful presentation. We'll get it uploaded on our YouTube page and share it with everyone.
Great. Well, thank you so much for having me tonight. And of course, if any other questions come up later, just send them to Jennifer and she'll send them on to me and we'll get those answers for you.
All right. Well, thank you, Margaret, for staying through the show.
Good night.
All right. Good night, everyone.